Hello everyone, I am back with another Mini Kit Monday process video. This one is titled Forever My Love, and it is layout number 3 of the month, and I think I did pretty decent with this kit. If you haven't seen the kit, I'll go ahead and try and put an iCard up right now so you can see what I am working with. Usually I just mention off the stuff that I am using anyway. So here I start off with these 3 photos, and it's just lovey-dovey pictures. You know, selfies that you take with your husband or your boyfriend or your special someone. And I didn't know exactly where I was going with this, as I do, I guess, with all my other layouts sometimes if I'm not using a sketch. Even when I am using a sketch or an inspiration page, it always, for whatever reason, I get confused or something delays me in the process, which makes it a lot longer than it has to be. But this was pretty decent. I think I did this in about an hour, and I knew that I wanted to use all 3 pictures. I did have another photograph, but it was landscape, and so I didn't want to include it in here. I'll probably add it to a traveler's notebook, only because I didn't want to use like an L-shaped size or something. I didn't know really how to add that 4th picture other than cutting them all into 4x4s, which I didn't want to do because living here in Colorado, I'm originally from El Paso, Texas. I live in, it's a valley city, and it hardly ever gets snow. It gets more like frost, and then it gets cold, and that's it. But here I've not noticed, but we go through all 4 seasons, and it shows, and I'm just in awe all the time when the seasons change. The colors of the leaves are starting to change, especially up on our tree, and it is getting to that good weather. But I do love the way the winter looks. I just don't enjoy being in the cold. Anyway, I do use this white cardstock paper that came with my 2015 Scraptastic kit, Purple Rain kit. And I think it was May. I think I'm working on the May pack that I had. So here I cut 3 or 4 inches off of that floral paper, and I decided to put them on both ends. I wanted to showcase that paper primarily. And here, since I am using papers that I want to use up, I just used the back side of that pattern paper for white cardstock instead of white cardstock. I said that all backwards. It's so weird. I'm using double stick tape to glue stuff right now. I'm down to my last roll, and I need to buy some more ATG tape. I haven't bought any. So here what I'm trying to show you is I'm using this confetti paper. The confetti line is called FET, I guess. It's by Crate Paper, and I saw that border that had that black and then the striped scallops. Well, since I'm using the striped pink paper, I figured I'd do the inverse, and instead of the stripe being scalloped, I used the black paper for my scallop. Does that make sense? So even you can find inspiration in the smallest of places with the littlest things, and it can all be inspiration, I think. And so here I'm adding those edges with those knockout punches from American Crafts, not We Are Memory Keepers. I love border punches. I think next to my trimmer and my glue, that's like my next most used item is my punches for my paper, of course. And I really, really like them. I think I sometimes go through phases where I use them all the time, and then there are phases where I don't want to use them, and I think it's because I saturate myself by using them so much that I'm just like, I'm over that right now. Here, I did trim the edges lengthwise of the 12x12 paper, so like the 3x12 pieces became 3" and 11 3/4. I think I cut only like half an inch off. And I wanted that because I kind of wanted to highlight or frame all the pattern paper onto this white. Since I am using the cardstock, I might as well highlight it in some way, shape, or form. I didn't layer the whole 12x12 of that floral, honestly, because I really like it. I don't know what it is about it, but I want to use the rest of the 6 of the half 6x12 paper that I have left of it. I'm going to figure out a way to use it. So here I'm putting all of the layers together. I did add 2 black scallops to the end of the striped paper, and I matted my photos on that thin, on the back side of that pattern paper, that glittered chevron, and I made a thin white border. And here I'm gluing the other end, and so it's a thin white border all the way around my 12x12 paper. And I just wanted to highlight these photos. I really do enjoy and love the look of winter. It's like something magical, ethereal when it's snowing and it's just, you know, frozen water. Frozen water falling on to the ground. But it looks so pretty, doesn't it? And I just love taking pictures of it. Most of the time, I have to erase those photos though. If I'm just taking them out from outside of my window, I just have so many of those snow photos most of the time that I just end up deleting them. And so especially when there's a person in front of us, even if it is a selfie, I wanted to document these because I do love all 4 seasons that I get to experience. It's not just like in El Paso, Texas, where it's just like it's hot and then it's a little bit cold and then it's hot again. And there's no changing of the leaves or anything for the most part. Here I'm trying to use these banner shapes because I brought in that big banner that I pulled out from the Heidi Swapp ephemera pieces that said wish. It had a wish cut out, and I cut it in half and I put it on both ends of the top and the bottom of the paper. So I stretched out that tag a little bit more. And since I brought in that big banner, I wanted to bring in a few more of that banner theme. And I was just getting not carried away, but distracted by the banner shapes and if I'm going to bring them in or not. And so I just said, I'm going to make my title. So I knew that I wanted to use this forever piece. It is part of the Scraptastic Kit Club when they used to make shapes like that, acrylic shapes. And this love word is an acrylic piece. It's like a transparency piece. And finally, these Making Memory alphas. They are horrible. I keep saying that they're horrible, but I do want to use them up because I love the texture and the color. I just wish there was some way that I knew how to keep the shape together. And it would just be a pain in the butt to get rid of. I would feel so guilty because I did buy so much of them. I wonder if anybody else has these. If anybody else has these Making Memories felt alphas, I also have them in red, if you would believe that. They're from 2008, and I'm not even down to nitty gritty with the first set of alphas of this, but I'm just trying to make my way through them and use them up as much as I can. I think I might even, if the color scheme fits, I might add them again to my next mini kit Monday kit for this coming month, but I'm not sure. So that was I made that my title, Forever My Love, and I thought it was fine. I did use some more of those, what brand is this? The We Are Memory Keepers die cuts, the ephemera bits. I used the Hello My Darling tag, and then I used a number 7 that I kind of made it look like a reinforcement circle, although I punched the hole totally off center, which ended up being fine with me. I did put in these stickers, these heart stickers from Hobby Lobby. I do like them. They're not very versatile, but I have figured out ways to use them on several layouts, and so I'm really, I don't want to say proud, but I'm really happy to use up things that I have in my stash. I don't want them just sitting there. I do love them and I do love the colors. I just don't want them sitting in my stuff. I want to display them. Same as these little tiny heart stickers that I've had. I have had these forever. And I just pulled out little stickers that look similar to the colors on the page so that I can include some in there. And they're then different variations of the hearts, and I put them in to create several visual triangles. I love that I used that XOXO heart that I was just trying to rub another heart onto. I did use a flare next to that, and then I did use a little tag that says Love Today. And here I'm trying to add a chipboard. I don't know if chipboard is a hard thing for me to use. I just never remember. Maybe if I remember it earlier, it might have found a place there. But I just thought it was too much. It was competing with the other flat hearts. and I didn't have enough other size or dimensions of the chipboard hearts to make it the correct amount or visual triangle so that the weight wouldn't be off. If that makes any visual weight, it would have been unbalanced. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So here I'm using these flatback pearls that have adhesive on them already. I purchased these a long time ago from Michael's when stuff was like $1. It was still $1 spot when I bought these, I think. And I'm adding them to also highlight the black in the pattern paper, the scallop stuff, but also to kind of use these up because, let's be honest, I haven't touched them since I brought them out. And I'm attempting to add more. And I tried to use a big one, but it just felt too high in dimension. I didn't want that. It just overpowered the rest of it. I just wanted subtle hints of it. And as I'm looking at it against the pattern paper, here you can't tell how dimensional they look or how different they look, but you can actually tell in real life. So here I was trying to add sequins, and I decided to take them off in the end. I let them sit there for a couple of minutes or seconds or whatever, but I didn't like it in the end. It was too much. So less is more in this instance. I do have a visual triangle with the flatback pearls, and that was enough black elements for me because I already have the scallop trim edge, and I also have the black and white twine. So that is pretty much it for my layout for this week for Mini Kit Monday. I am doing the voiceover in the morning because silly me forgot that I thought I had already done the voiceover and editing for this video. And I didn't. It was still sitting in my movie maker. So I'm going to upload this. I am going to include close-up photos in the end. Don't forget to check out the other wonderful ladies also collaborating. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my new subscribers. I saw the new Creator Studio beta thing, and it says that I have acquired something like 47 new subscribers in the last 28 days. So I am so grateful for y'all. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please leave any comments down below. I love to hear from subscribers. It makes my day when I get a comment on my video, and I'm totally shamelessly requesting comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!